Hey guys, welcome to Jadestone Tarot. Today we're going to be doing a full moon reading for each of the zodiac signs. This is going to be for the full moon in Taurus. It's also going to be a partial lunar eclipse, and it's going to be at Taurus at 27 degrees. So before we get into this reading, I did just kind of want to talk about the transit and tell you guys what is going on, what the hell you can expect, because it is a partial eclipse, partial lunar eclipse, and it's going to be intense, okay? The energy is going to be definitely heightened. Full moon's already pretty intense, so now that it's a partial lunar eclipse, we're approaching eclipse season. It's gonna be a spicy time. It's gonna be an interesting time. So I did just kind of want to talk about the transit. I also wanted to kind of go a little bit deeper into the ascendants, right? Your rising sign. And not everyone knows their rising sign. You have to have your exact date of birth, the exact time you were born, right? So not everybody has that, unfortunately, but you can still check out your placements. May resonate, but this is just to be a little bit more specific. All right, so we'll get into that after, but I do want to just kind of talk about like the general themes that we may see come up during this time. Also keep in mind, we are approaching eclipse season, and the nodes, the south and north node that are currently in Gemini, Sag, they're going to be swapping to Taurus and Scorpio for the next 2 years. So it's going to be like a whole new kind of cycle and lessons to be learned for the collective. So it's going to be a pretty interesting time, some themes coming up. So that's kind of coming into the new year of 2022. Can you guys believe it? Like, whoa, this year is almost over. Like, what the fuck? Like, time's gone by slow, but also fast. It's just like a mind fuck. Like, time is just like warped. I don't even know, you guys. Daylight savings got me fucked up as well. It's like dark by like 4 o'clock. I'm like, wow. Like, I feel like the day just started and now it's over. Okay, guess I'm going back to sleep. Anyways, so let's get into this. I'm going to talk about just kind of like the general themes, and then we're going to go into each of the zodiac signs. I'm going to talk about the general themes. I do have notes here. I don't have it all memorized in my brain. There ain't no fucking way. But we're going to talk about the themes, then we'll pull some cards. And yeah, so this is a partial lunar eclipse at Taurus at 27 degrees. And this is just like about a time to get back to the basics, get back to what really matters the most to us. It's going to be highlighting our value system, where we put our energy, and is there a balance? Is there fairness? So since Taurus is ruled by Venus, right? Venus also rules Libra, and Libra is all about balance. So can you notice, like, it's all about the give and take? Wherever you're investing your time and energy, is there a balance? Are there some adjustments that are needed, that are required? Possibly. And this is about time. This is a time to let go of what's no longer working, what just simply you've outgrown, it's not good for you, it's negative, it's whatever is simply not working, and it's time to cut that shit out, okay? And that's going to be highlighted during this time. So powerful emotions are definitely being brought to the surface, and you may be coming through some sort of realizations about your feelings, about yourself, about someone you're dealing with, even things from your past that are bubbling up. And that's what I've noticed throughout some of these readings recently, is like things from the past, even like things that were like dead and done with, coming up. Cobwebs we didn't even know were there, coming up for us to get rid of. We are still in Scorpio season, right? This very transformative time. Anyway, so emotions are going to be highlighted. Full moons are normally really intense, but the fact that this is a partial lunar eclipse, eclipses are like energy on steroids, right? It's intense, it's crazy, people losing their fucking minds, howling at the moon. I'm just kidding, but stay safe, y'all. There's a lot of sickos out there. Anyways, so you may come to some sort of realization about your feelings, or you might actually get a lot more confirmation about even like your gut instinct, the vibes that you get, like certain dreams or messages that come through to you that you're kind of like, I don't know if I trust it. With this full moon, it will bring illumination to what's hidden, or like giving you confirmation, especially towards your intuition and hunches that you've had. You're going to get some confirmation regarding that. Now, the moon in Taurus is actually going to be opposing Mercury, which is still currently in Scorpio. And that actually could be helping us gaining a new perspective, a new point of view about how we feel, or about someone that we're dealing with. Is going to kind of unlock a new perspective that's going to help us understand what the fuck's happening here. And also with these things that are being brought to light, especially when it revolves around other people, it's really important that we practice self-discipline discipline in how we react, right? Think before you react, think before you speak, right? That kind of energy. There may be the tendency to like lose your shit. It's important that we all stay grounded during these times. It can be pretty crazy, pretty intense. So just stay tuned for that. So Leo, this is going to be more specific towards my Leo risings, but of course Leo sun, moon, Venus, you may get some sort of information from this. So the full moon in Taurus, partial lunar eclipse, is going to be transiting your 10th house. The 10th house does rule your career, long-term goals, structure, your status, your reputation, public image, expertise, fame, and even masculinity or like a father figure of some sort. So yeah, your reputation may feel way more important during this time. You're going to be wanting to feel more recognized, wanting to feel more appreciated, and gaining like respect from others, especially like a father figure or someone that you look up to, someone that inspires you. You're hoping, you're wanting to feel like appreciated or like supported in some sort of way. Even if like there's like a father figure who may not even be in your life anymore, or like maybe has passed on, maybe you're really reflecting on like a certain individual. It doesn't even have to be a male figure, but just someone who carries more of like a masculine energy. Like you're hoping that they're proud of you, or like wanting respect from someone that like you look up to. That's kind of what's being highlighted here with the moon transiting your 10th house. Long-term goals of like what you want for yourself in the long term. It's really good for you to set some intentions of like the things that you'd like to accomplish, what is getting in the way of these goals, what adjustments you may need to make to get closer to these goals, things like that. So structure is also very important. Stay organized, stay focused, and yeah, so we're gonna pull some cards and see what's going on for you guys during this time, get some more information, get some details. So we're gonna switch the angle and we're gonna go from there. Okay, Leo, let's get into this reading. We're gonna start off with some animal oracle messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus regarding this partial lunar eclipse in Taurus. What do my Leos need to know? Any insight, wisdom, guidance for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus regarding this partial lunar eclipse, this full moon in Taurus. Any messages? What's going on for Leo? What is it that they may be needing to release or is being brought to their attention? Show me clearly. Alright, messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Oh, we got the lamb flying right out. Earth energy coming through. Messages for Leo. We also have the tarantula, so there's a decision. And let's see, messages for Leo. That didn't come out for a reason. Messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus regarding this partial lunar eclipse. Thank you very much. In the hawk. Okay, so yeah, there is going to be some sort of decision at a crossroad, or with this lunar eclipse approaching, you might gain some sort of insight or knowledge. This may be within you, or some sort of message that's just going to resonate with you, and it's going to give you confirmation as to like which direction to go down, because the tarantula does talk about being at a crossroad and having a decision about like your life purpose and your passions and like the path that you want to go down. So you do have a choice as to like where you want to go, and maybe you've been having a hard time deciding or having the confidence to make your decision, because when I was prepping this deck, the fire ant did come out, and that sometimes talks about like the pressure from other people or the opinions of other people, or like, for example, when you're talking about how the moon will be transiting your 10th house, maybe there is someone like you're wanting recognition for what it is that you do, and you don't want to make a wrong choice or come off like as a fool. But at the end of the day, like, this is all about you and your journey, and you have to do what's best for you, Leo, and not worry so much about what others might think of you, okay? So with the tarantula coming out, this does talk about your dharma, this does talk about like your life purpose, the reason you're here, and how every single action, every single decision is connected and leads you to like a specific point in your life, or is leading you to a specific point down the line, and there's like a purpose behind everything. And we have the hawk coming out, which is air energy, and this is like a very divinely orchestrated energy. So it's like you're being forced down this road, and you're gonna have to make some sort of choice probably regarding your career, as the 10th house does talk about, you know, public recognition, fame, success, your status, long-term goals, your career. And so I do feel like there's like an important decision when it comes to those kinds of things, and it's being highlighted here during this full moon, especially for my Leo risings. And like, this choice does change everything, but deep down you know what you have to do. Deep down you know what you're going to choose. There just might be a little bit doubt, but I feel like with this full moon, it's going to bring illumination as to like where you should go, or like it's just going to give you like confirmation, and you're going to be more confident and certain within yourself that you will make the best choice for you. Okay, so just remember to stay grounded. Be sure to calm the mind, because the Lamb does talk about like there is some sort of message trying to come through to you, but you're needing to be receptive, and you're needing to like allow the message to come through. So I kind of just want to tell you guys, on the full moon, which is on the 19th, Friday, maybe take a moment out of your day. It doesn't have to be for very long, but to just like sit and meditate and like really just quiet your mind. And if there is some sort of question, or if there is some sort of choice that you have and maybe you're not really sure what to do, really sit and meditate and just like contemplate on your question. You're gonna get some sort of answer, or even asking like your guides, angels, to give you some sort of sign or confirmation that will help you make this choice. But once you make the choice, like everything changes, or there's like a positive shift in the direction, but it's gonna be good. I feel like this is gonna be really positive for you. And I love that we have the owl at the bottom of the deck, because the owl, again, it's a very spiritual energy, and it does talk about your intuition and needing to trust your own inner wisdom. Like, your inner wisdom will not fail you or do you dirty. So more like you would do yourself dirty. You would do yourself a disservice if you didn't trust your own gut, right? You don't go with your gut, you go against your gut, and then you end up looking back and be like, fuck, I knew I should have done that. So really just trust your gut during this time. And the owl does talk about blessings coming your way and amazing opportunities. Now, there could actually be some sort of gift, or like a present, a prize, something that it's either material form or spiritual form, but it is some sort of blessing trying to come through. Okay. We got the hummingbird and the sea serpent at the bottom. Just return to the things that keep you grounded and centered within your emotions. Okay. So we're going to grab some tarot messages and see what needs to come through for you guys. Messages for Leo, Summer and Venus, regarding this partial lunar eclipse in Taurus. What do my Leos need to know? Any insight, wisdom, guidance for Leo regarding this full moon in Taurus? What do they need to know? Any insight, wisdom, guidance? Show me clearly. Any messages for Leo, Summer and Venus, regarding this partial lunar eclipse? Alright, let's see. Wow, hold on. My wire is like, not my wire, my webcam wire is getting caught. Alright, messages for Leo, Sun, Rising, Venus regarding this full moon. We have the Seven of Cups, but it's the happy side, okay? It's like you got all these options. You're feeling like super excited, like, okay, there's a lot I can choose from. I feel abundant in my options and my possibilities. Now, what do I choose, right? But either one, whatever you end up choosing, whatever, kind of go back to this tarantula, this choice, this decision, whatever you end up choosing, you're going to be thriving and living your best life, okay? You already know what to choose, though. Messages for Leo, Sun, Rising, Venus. Okay, ooh, we do have the Five of Pentacles coming out. Kind of getting overthinking from this. Card Explosion, Eight of Wands, and we also have the Magician on the ground. Give me a moment. There's my head. All right, the Magician. At the bottom, we have the Four of Pentacles, backside, the Queen of Swords, and the Four of Swords. Queen of Swords, backside, Four of Swords, and the Fool. Okay. I am getting the energy of, like, holding a grudge against someone, whether this is, like, a parental figure, or, because, you know, the 10th house does represent, like, it was more of like a father energy, but it could be a mother energy as well, or just someone who, more like a parental energy, okay. But yeah, I just kind of feel, because the Four of Pentacles does talk about holding on, and with the Four of Swords coming out, it's like resting and healing. But then we have the Queen of Swords backside, and that kind of talks like a bit of resentment or hurt. There's some coldness, and the thing that came to me is like holding on to some sort of grudge or resentment against somebody. Maybe you haven't fully forgiven or healed or let something go, and maybe that's something that is kind of burdening you currently. So this is being brought to your attention for you to release during this full moon. If you resonate with that message, if you do hold a grudge towards someone, whether it is like a parental figure or a friend, or maybe not a friend anymore, maybe an ex-friend or an ex-partner or something like that, I do feel like as if you could be really thinking a lot, ruminating on something, thinking a lot about something or someone, a situation that you're trying your best to like move on from or heal from. But there's something here that needs to be like acknowledged or released, or maybe you're trying to get clarity on something over here, right? And the Seven of Cups does talk about clarity, truth, and seeing things from a new perspective. It's almost like after being in the cold for so long, you're now starting to like warm up to something, or like thawing. What? Okay, interesting, because this is the backside of the Five of Pentacles, which normally talks about coming out of the cold. So it's almost like maybe something you had on pause or you put on like the back burner for quite some time. Maybe this is regarding the situation that you're trying to heal from. You had it on the back burner for some time and you kind of just like suppressed it, ignored it. But the fact that this is being like brought to your attention during this full moon, partial lunar eclipse, it is being brought for you to like look at it, face it, deal with it, because maybe this is what's been like, for some, maybe you have been experiencing like delays or setbacks, or just like stagnancy, and that's because there's some things that you're needing to just like get rid of emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, right? There's a bit of like the need to declutter, and then once you do that, we have major movement. We have the Eight of Wands, the Magician, and the Fool. Aries energy as well as Aquarius. Yeah, so I just kind of see like there's some clearing up of releasing, letting go, and you know, that's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen, okay, full moon eclipse, boom, I'm over it, I'm healed, I've moved on. No, it is going to be an ongoing process, but whatever is being brought to your attention during this full moon, then you're becoming aware of it and you can work through it, and it can be part of this whole like healing process, and it's going to be easier for you to move forward and focus on what it is that you do want, because you're creating this space for new things to come in. And that's when things really start to pick up. That's when you're going to start to see lots of positive change. Okay, I like that a lot. Is there anything else? Because like that's kind of what I feel. It's very straight to the point. Okay. Another thing that I have to point out here is like releasing like your expectations that you have on yourself when it comes to healing, because let's be realistic, healing does not happen overnight, especially if it's something deeply rooted. And your readings recently, or like the last few months, have been intense. It has talked about like major healing and like major realizations, and it's like deep ass shadow work. And so some of you are really frustrated with yourself, like, why am I not over this? Why haven't I just like moved on? Why does this still bother me? But it's important that you guys practice compassion and patience and be gentle with yourself, because healing does not happen overnight. It is just like a lifelong journey. You know, this journey is not for the faint of heart. It takes a lot of strength, a lot of courage and bravery to like look at these things, and you know, it's a lot, but just to be proud of how far you've come. And yeah, you guys are really just focusing on letting go, and it's going to take one step at a time. And there's going to be moments where you have setbacks. There's going to be moments where you fall backwards, where you feel like you've just you're back where you started, right? But that is the whole part of healing. It is not just like a linear graph. Whatever, you get what I'm saying? I kind of like lost my wording there, but I think you get what I'm saying. It's not just like a straight line. There's gonna be ups and downs and going backwards and forwards, and then you think you're over it, and then just kidding, back to where we started, except you have a different outlook. Your perspective's changing, and you're growing, and you're learning more about yourself. That does take a lot of strength, Leo. But as you're doing that, things are starting to feel a lot more lighter. You're starting to feel a bit more freer. and you're starting to see things in your life start to move, starting to shift positively, and you're starting to feel excited again about the future. And it does look like you have something new that you could be initiating here, probably relating to the Seven of Cups, of like this choice of like where you're investing your time and energy, seeds that you like to plant, things that you like to pursue, and you have lots of options, lots of opportunities, and whatever you end up choosing or going down, you will succeed at, and you will be thriving, and you will do great things. And that's without a doubt, 100%. There might be moments where you're doubting yourself, or you feel maybe you're not good enough, or, but to not stay in that energy for too long, right? We're allowed to feel those ways, but take yourself back up. Remember who the fuck you are. Don't give your power away. But yeah, there's like a lot of movement. I do feel like there's a lot of like moving pieces. The Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands does talk about multiple manifestations coming to fruition. So it's like really whatever it is that you want, it is yours. You have all the tools, all the ingredients you need to create the perfect dish that you wish. Oh my god, that rhymed, y'all. But yeah, how fucking awesome is that? I really love that a lot. And to just have full trust within yourself, and you're good. As long as you believe in yourself, Leo, nothing can get in your way, nothing can fucking stop you, okay? Alright, yeah, and underneath all those cards, we do have the Three of Wands, which is all about your future and taking the steps required to get to your desired outcome, but it is possible. So, I'm going to grab a Rebel message. Been a long time since I used this deck. Just for shits and giggles, but hey, let's see what needs to come out during this full moon eclipse energy coming through. For my Leos, any Rebel messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus during this partial lunar eclipse in Taurus? Any Rebel messages, please, for Leo? Any part? Oh my god, we have Stop Fucking Whining. Oof, no one wants to listen to that shit. Complaining makes you weak. You have the strength to change your world, so do it. Don't forget this. Oh, whoa, what happened to the... Damn, y'all see that? My camera went, like, orange. Remember the power you have, Leo. You have so much strength. You have, and at times, yes, we're gonna feel weak. At times, we're gonna have like low energy, and we're not gonna know how to move forward if it's possible. But just remember, you have complete control over yourself, your life, your thoughts, where you put your energy towards. And yeah, it's sometimes hard to control that. Sometimes our thoughts really do get the best of us. But just don't forget the power that you do have. You have the strength to completely change your world, and let's see. Oh, wow. Okay, what is this? Fuck, shit's about to get real. Okay, we have, fuck, you need your people around you, so you're definitely gonna need some support as you are going through these changes, these emotional changes. It's good that you surround yourself with people that uplift you. If you're just by yourself, like good energy, good music, high vibrational music, right? That make you want to get up and dance, not cry for hours and hours and hours, right? Because, you can cry and you can express it, and that's good, and you should, right? Healing, you have to healing, right? But to not stay in that energy for too long, because it can be really hard to get out of it, because you're digging yourself deeper and deeper and deeper, and it just like feels so depressing. It's just like, what the fuck's the point, So it's important that allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to cry, to yell, to scream. I'll say this in Cancer's reading, but remember, you have the power to completely change your life around, and it shows that throughout this reading with that Eight of Wands, the Magician, the Fool. It's really just about, okay, take some time out to rest, calm your mind, get grounded, trust yourself, everything's working out. Step by step, even during setbacks, even in moments where you feel like you're going backwards, it's okay. You're going to need some extra support from others. It's okay to ask for help. You don't have to go through these things alone. There's at least one person on this planet who cares about you and wishes you well and will be there for you 100%. And I'm sending you all my love, my energy. Take it, accept it, claim it if you want. And let's just get one more. Oh, what do we have here? You are giving away your power. You are a badass. Act like it. So, yeah. Stop giving your power away to... So, yeah. Stop giving your power away. Remember your strength. You are amazing. and you're a badass. You gotta start acting like it. And I'm gonna grab a fairy message and wrap this up for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Any fairy messages for Leo regarding this reading? Full moon in Taurus. Oh my god, that's way too many. I'm not gonna take that stack. Let me just give it a couple more shuffles. Alright, doesn't want to anymore. Any fairy messages for Leo? Wow, these cards are very talkative. We have a collection of pixies. You know what's so interesting is that, like, this card came out... Oh, this came out in Taurus's reading. And Taurus had similar... Taurus had... wait, was it Taurus or was it Gemini? No, it was Taurus. Taurus did have Stop Fucking Whining, and they also had a collection of pixies, and they also had the Five of Pentacles, and I think that was it. But I was just like, hey, there's like a couple similar messages coming through. Maybe you have Taurus in your chart, one of those personal planets. Highly recommend you go listen to Taurus's read, okay? Very transformative time, especially since this partial lunar eclipse is in Taurus. But anyways, a collection of pixies talks about like your attitude and recognizing that you do have the power to completely change your life around, and that your attitude really has a huge influence. You know, if you have to do like certain house chores, and you know, you have to maybe clean your kitchen, you can look at it in a positive way or a negative way. You can be like, oh, I'm so grateful to be able to clean my kitchen. I have a clean kitchen to cook in, and I'm just, you know, like a positive outlook. Or you can be like, oh, this fucking sucks. I hate scrubbing. I hate mopping the floor. Oh, this sucks. I'm so annoyed. Like, why do I have to do this? But, you know, attitude changes everything. And it's so important. And I know at times it's hard, but it's so important to practice gratitude. And also, this card does talk about you don't have to do all these things by yourself, alone, lone wolf. Think about like the Olympics, right? You got all these athletes, but they need help. They have trainers. They have all these people to help them on their journey. They can't do it all by themselves. Singers, artists, dancers, fucking you name it. They don't all do it by themselves. There's a whole team. And so sometimes you can't do all these things on your own by yourself. That's just weighing you down way too much. Sometimes you need to ask for help. Sometimes you need support from others. And that doesn't mean that you're weak or that you're not good enough. But sometimes you just can't take all of that on all by yourself. And that's all good. And that's another thing that's being brought to your awareness. Okay? So, really beautiful energy, Leo. Wishing you guys all the best during this transit. If this reading resonated or helped you in any way, shape, or form, please let me know in the comments below. Please leave a like, as well as subscribe. If you guys are interested, you can follow me on my Instagram at Jadestone Tarot. And I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care.